Throughout all of history, we have seen brave women and men from every corner of the planet push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Everyone from George Washington Carver and Nikola Tesla to Grace Hopper and the code breakers at Bletchley Park. These ordinary heroes challenged the status quo with their extraordinary ideas and changed the world forever. We call these audacious pursuits moonshots.
A moonshot is where there's a clearly defined problem, some radical proposal for how to fix the problem, and the scientific reason to believe it's not completely crazy to try to go do it.
We created Solve4X to bring people together around moonshots. We are a community of scientists, inventors, engineers, artists, thinkers, doers, the young, the wise, men and women from every background across every geography, connected by a shared optimism that science and technology can cause radically positive things to happen in the world.
Add the silica right at the very beginning to store and transport the vaccines without requiring refrigeration.
The things we fight wars over are literally in near infinite quantities in our solar system.
You can take all 270,000 metric tons of spent nuclear fuel and turn it into enough electricity to power the entire world for 72 years.
We're going to create optimally nutritious plants over the next 3 to 5 years to improve the nutrition of an entire continent.
I know that one day I will wake up and I will see this picture out of my window.
Together as communities, not only have this stage so that extraordinary people can tell us amazing proposals that they have for us in this world, but how can we then help them?
It will take every one of us contributing the best of our talents to create the kind of positive change we want to see in our world. We encourage you to join us, to be a part of what is unfolding here, and to find ways to contribute.
Get involved in the process of taking moonshots and trying to make the world radically better as fast as possible.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Good morning. If you really have some really wacky ideas, and then it's good to really contribute to the humankind, please feel free to join us on Solve4X. This is a project Google is executing to ideate your moonshot thinking, right? Jointly with you guys. So that's got nothing to do with whatever I'm going to present today. My name is Subhash, Chandra. I'm part of the Google Cloud Platform team here. I'm really honored to be part of this session. One, I'm feeling like an alien here, part of the business and sales team with a bunch of developers around. Thanks a lot for being part of this session. And secondly, this sounds like a presidential debate, right? So we have all the presidential contenders coming and talking about what they've done and what they're doing. So I think it's an ideal platform. I guess you guys can really enjoy this session, right? So I would like to start with a story. Not so long ago, around 16 years back, a bunch of developers like you guys sitting here, probably you could be one of them going forward. So they had a vision to come out with with a company, and they started this company called Google.com. But every startup faced a lot of issues. Google also faced a lot of issues when they started. So there's something, there were like zillions of issues, right? Every startup faced a lot of issues. So one thing which actually struck my mind was very funny and very surprising also. The best part was when Google started, right? People were logging into Google.com, but nobody was actually going and searching for anything on Google.com. So Google was puzzled, what the hell is happening? We've kind of come out with something unique and people not searching. So then when we hired some bunch of researchers and we went to colleges and wanted to find out what's the actual problem. So that's when we found out that those days when, before Google would come in, there were like a bunch of other search engines. We were like very jazzy, things moving all over the place, a lot of icons, a lot of clicks. It was like full of content in it. So when Google was launched, people were like thinking, this yet to load. There's nothing which is popping on the screen. So people kept on waiting for long, and then they just got frustrated and it just logged out of the window, right? So this was one of the very funniest thing which I found, and I thought it would be ideal for us to share here in this forum, because a lot of you all are startups, a lot of ideas igniting in your mind, so you could be the next guy who's going to be come out with that $1 billion application, right? So Google believes in providing a platform for such ideas, right? So from where we were and what we are today, I just want to give you a per minute kind of perspective what Google does. So there is almost 100 hours of video being uploaded on YouTube every minute, right? There are like 1,000 new devices getting connected in every minute, right? Android devices getting connected in the market. There are 3 million searches happening, every minute. So this is the kind of scale and the magnitude and performance and precision we are talking about today, right? We have come a long way, and most of it is happening and powered by our data centers at the back end. So we have, over a period of time, we have come out with a very, very unique, innovative, technologies to power our data centers, because this is our nervous system, this is our backbone. So we are, unless like others, we are born in the cloud company. We are born, we are surviving, and we're going to grow further in the cloud. So there is no way out for us. We are not going to reverse engineer our platform, our technology to suit to today's requirement, right? We have always been in the future. We have always been thinking ahead in terms of technology, right? So that's where Google has been innovating a lot with its data center. We have gone a step beyond other vendors. We have also laid cables, the fiber optic cables between continents, connecting continents, and this is kind of owned and managed by Google, right? That's the kind of technology we're talking about, and of course you all know these products you guys are using in your personal life. Some of them in the enterprise and the work as well. So all these technologies, all these services runs on Google data centers globally, right? And what we have done today is we are offering the same platform what Google developers develop our applications on to developers like you to kind of leverage on these technologies and build the next $1 billion application. That's the vision of Google, and that's where we are heading. So we are offering this platform in the form of Google Cloud Platform for you to go and innovate, right? And of course, we have a whole lot of offerings. I'm not going to get deeper into any of these now, but I have my colleagues Anuja and Mani going to be talking in depth about each of these offerings between 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So please feel free to join us and be part of this session. Right. So there, of course, I would like to just talk a bit on the two aspects. One is the mobile and developer tools, because no brainer, right? Today everybody is heading towards the mobile platform. So Google is doing a lot. We have recently acquired a company called Firebase. I'm sure most of you are aware. We offer backend as a service to that platform. So Anuja is going to dig deeper into this. So if you're keen to understand, if you're launching the next mobile application, please join us in this session. So it's going to be really interesting. And the developer tools, right? We offer a whole lot of APIs for developers to kind of build your application on top of our APIs, using our APIs, and kind of scale and get the same luxury and innovation what Google does, right? And of course, since we are here with developers, they are like real reason why developers like you should consider Google Cloud Platform. So one of the most obvious reason is performance, because we have a legacy. We've been born the cloud company. We've been inventing a lot. Performance really matters, being consistent. I've never seen, I just want to share an experience when I went to meet a customer. I went to the security, and then he said, hey, I said I'm from Google. So he was like surprised and said, oh, great. Sir, you know what? I actually log into google.com to check if the internet is working. Right? And like when the security said, oh, I use Google every day, I was surprised, why he would use Google. So he said, so I log into Google to check if the internet is working. So that's the kind of confidence people have. So that's kind of performance we offer, right? So, and then the scale. If we're talking about scale in terms of billions of users using all our services, nobody can match. And then the pricing, you don't need to have a PhD in economics or a PhD in pricing to learn about things. We use a very simple tool called pricing calculator. So if you want to estimate what it's going to cost for you to develop your application upfront, you can feel free to go and use the pricing calculator and make some estimations doing that. And more so because you don't have to waste your time on doing the mundane DevOps kind of activities. So Google is a platform. Right? And big data, anything about big data, anything about 1 terabyte of data, if you want to analyze, you can run it on BigQuery and analyze it in fraction of seconds at fraction of cost. And last but not the least, the innovation. So you can leverage on the same innovation which Google runs on to build your platform. So this is the vision piece which I was talking about. Though we all are kind of focusing on only one topic, that is infrastructure piece. We have gone beyond, right? I mean, because we've been digitally native as well, born in the cloud, digitally native, so we know what it takes for an application to take to the market. So we are bringing a business logic, building business logic to your application which you develop, right? So it's not only about developing. You just can develop or come out with the brightest idea, the moonshot idea, but if it's not going to make business sense, there is no point. So how are you going to monetize your application is where Google comes handy, right? So we have all of our host of other offerings where you can distribute using Google Play, you can distribute using Google Android ecosystem, you can engage with your customers and retain your customers. So like today the real estate on a mobile is becoming as expensive as probably Nariman Point in Mumbai or probably London, right? So you need to optimize your application and retain your customers to continue using your application. So what are you going to do? You need to keep them engaged, right? So you can talk to us for that. And monetization, I think this has been our core business. So we help customers or people like you to monetize your application on our platform. And then this, if you see, this gives you a complete 360-degree perspective to your mobile application, right? So don't look at it just from the infrastructure perspective. Have a longer vision. Think about how you're going to take it to the market, how you're going to grow, how you're going to make this idea a next billion-dollar business, right? So we have a lot of communities which we have built. So feel free to join our communities. We have more than 140,000 developers in India registered in our communities. So feel free to join us in the community and get to know more about what we are doing. So a lot of ecosystem being developed. We use a lot of our partner technologies being built on our platform. So we go and take them to the market along with us. There are 4 million plus applications running on our cloud platform, and a lot of customers ranging from large enterprises to startups using Google Cloud Platform. You can start your free trial. I'm just running out of time. You can start your free trial by logging into cloud.google.com. And if you want to get in touch, please feel free. Yeah. Thank you.